From WFSB, this is an Eyewitness News Update.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Nicole, Nalepa, and thank you for joining us on this Wednesday, April 19th. Here are your top stories. Police in 2 cities are investigating gun violence. One case, a man was struck by a stray bullet right in his kitchen in New Haven. Now, police say a man was standing in his home on Exchange Street when a bullet pierced right through his wall and ended up hitting him. The victim was rushed to the hospital, and fortunately, we are told that he's expected to be okay. Police are still trying to find out, though, where that gunshot came from. And in Hartford, police are also searching for a shooter. Investigators say a man in his 40s was shot on Sigourney Street last night, right between Homestead and Albany Avenues. The victim suffered non-life-threatening injuries, but police are still trying to figure out exactly what led up to that shooting. And looking ahead, the Supreme Court is expected to rule on the future availability of an abortion pill today. Mifepristone was almost nearly taken off the shelves earlier this month after a Texas judge suspended its FDA approval. The drug is one of 2 medications used in combination during more than half of all abortions in the U.S. And heading back to stores, 2 more UConn students are facing charges for the destruction on campus following the national championship win. More than a dozen other students have also been arrested. UConn is still figuring out how much it's going to cost them to make all of the repairs. University leaders say the total will exceed $250,000. That's a shame. And this morning, Governor Ned Lamont will be sharing some more information about a 5-year plan to try and improve child care in our state. This comes at a time when the cost of child care is skyrocketing. One study shows single parents pay more than $5,500 a year. Meanwhile, the U.S. government loses about $21 billion in lost income and sales tax revenues because parents without enough child care earn less and consume less where they live. The Connecticut Blue Ribbon label is designated to design a 5-year strategic plan focusing on child care providers, early childhood education organizations, and parents. And a budget battle is brewing at the state capitol this morning. Lawmakers just passed their proposed changes to the governor's budget through committee. Leaders of Connecticut state colleges and universities were hoping for an additional $450 million, which this budget proposal still does not provide. The issue is that the state currently has a spending cap, and Connecticut still has to pay off billions of dollars in pension debt.
Well, people don't recognize that we just passed guardrails, which increases the restrictions on both spending and revenue, and that we still have an obligation to handle our unfunded liabilities.
Now, there's still a long road ahead, and today the Finance Committee will release their revenue budget. Meantime, the president of the Connecticut State Colleges and Universities released a statement last night saying in part, quote, "The appropriations budget falls far short of the needs we identified. I fear that if enacted, the consequences of this budget would be devastating to our institutions, employees, students, and the communities we serve," unquote. All right, Scott, over to you.
All right, a little chilly start out there this morning, pretty close to the average. 40 is typical overnight low. We're pretty close to that. The temperatures are going to start moving up into the mid to upper 50s today, a little shy than normal. Our Doppler, dry. If you are sneezing, this is the reason. Tree pollen is very high. Maple, poplar, aspen, cottonwood, and elm, and it's going to be blowing around in the wind out there again today. No moisture to wash it out of the atmosphere. A little bit of cloud coverage in northwest, southwest Connecticut this morning, and that cloud coverage could spread across the state by let's say mid to late morning. You might be seeing more clouds than sun, but then this afternoon we get back to the mostly sunny skies. Not a whole lot going on. We've got low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south, and it's kind of like a squeeze play here in Connecticut, and that's why we're going to get those winds out of the north and west. Dry roads, you're good to go. Visibility at a perfect 10. And we'll take you to the temperatures right now, where they are in the mid to upper 30s. See that? 36 in Salisbury, 36 in Torrington, 38 in Putnam and in Waterbury, 36 in Meriden, too. Woo. 39 in Chester. So, again, numbers are a little bit below average, 41 at Brainerd, which is good. All right, we are down anywhere from, let's say, 8 to 13 degrees cooler than 24 hours ago. And there's a little sustained breeze, 5 to 12. That little bit of a breeze does make it feel a little bit cooler, like low 30s in parts of northwest Connecticut. And I got an email from Jeff in Staffordville. He let me know he's got 32 right now with a little bit of frost on the cars. So speaking of the average last frost, there it is, all detailed for you, April 11th through the 20th. So we're right in there for the shoreline. And then for the majority of the state, the last average April frost comes from the 21st to the 30th. So, and then for northwest and northwest and northeast Connecticut, May 1st through the 15th. So you're going to have to wait to put those plants in, okay? Our early warning futurecast, tomorrow's weather today, shows that cloud coverage right around noon. Watch how quickly it moves out, and then we're back to the mostly sunny skies. So here are your headlines. Chilly start this morning, mostly sunny skies during the day today. Increasing clouds tonight with maybe a brief shower tomorrow. 55 to 61. It's a chilly start with, again, mostly sunny skies. Temperatures between 55 and 61. You can find that 61 in Bridgeport. You can find that 55 in Salisbury. Everybody else is sandwiched in between. The sun was up at 6:05, sets at 7:36. Now your 7-day forecast, 70 tomorrow, 84 on Friday. What a nice warm up, right, with a southwesterly flow. Saturday, more clouds than anything else with a temperature of 76 degrees. It's going to be breezy and then downright windy for Sunday with rain and maybe even a couple of thunderstorms. It does get a little bit cooler for Sunday, cooler yet for Monday and Tuesday. We're talking about 61 and 62 degrees. Here come your shoreline highs, a little bit cooler than where we are headed inland due to that onshore breeze. All right, 7:06 is now the time. That's a check of your early warning forecast. Nicole, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Scott. And thank you so much for tuning in to Eyewitness News on this Wednesday. Remember, you can get news and weather updates anytime on the Channel 3 app. Have a great day, everyone. Be healthy. Stay positive.